Bertrand Tech Man here. Now, if you thought my last video on MacBid was eye-opening, buckle up. Today, we're not just scratching the surface, we're diving deep to give you the ultimate tutorial on how to master MacBid. This isn't just about finding deals, it's about winning them and, more importantly, avoiding hidden traps that can turn a bargain into a bust. We're going to cover everything from advanced bidding tactics to pro-level inspection tips, navigating the tricky pickup process, and so much more. And yes, for those wondering, MacBid absolutely has a mobile app, and we'll talk about how to use it and some of its quirks. Now, if you're ready to transform your bargain hunting game and become a true MacBid pro, then you're in the right place. Stick with me to the very end because I'll reveal some insider tips that most people completely miss. Let's check it out. Alright, so you know the basic of proxy bidding. Set your max and the system bids for you, whether you're on the website or using the official MacBid app. The core bidding system works the same. But to truly win on MacBid, you need to be smarter than the average bear. And here are some advanced strategies. Strategy number 1. Use with caution. This strategy works on both the app and the website. Some experienced bidders wait until the final seconds. They then place their single maximum bid right before the clock runs out. The idea is to leave no time for others to react. However, this is risky. If your internet lags or if you mistime it, you'll miss out entirely. The app can sometimes have slight delays or be a bit buggy, as some user reviews indicate. So if you're sniping, be extra vigilant with your connection. Only use this item if you're okay to losing or when you're very confident in your connection. Strategy number 2, the staggered bid. Now, if you're bidding on multiple similar items, don't bid your max on all of them at once. Stagger your bids. Maybe bid a bit lower on the first few, and if you get outbidded, then consider increasing your max on the later ones. This prevents you from winning multiples of the same item when you only need one, or from pushing the price up against yourself. So you can easily manage your watch list and current bids right from the app, which is super convenient for this strategy. Strategy number 3, factor in pickup difficulty. Here's a pro tip. Consider the size of the item. People are often less likely to bid on high or large bulky items that are a pain to transport, offering others opportunities to swoop in for the deal. Now, the app will clearly show you the location of the auction. Remember, the goal isn't just to win, it's to win at a good price after all the fees. Which brings us to a quick question for you MacBid veterans out there. What's the craziest deal you ever snagged that made all the fees worth it? Share your epic win in the comments below. I'm generally curious, and if you're finding this tutorial helpful so far, hit that like button to let YouTube know, and let me know too. Okay, so let's decipher the true cost and master fee calculations. This is the most critical section of this tutorial. If you don't master this, MacBid will eat your lunch. Now, we talked about the 15% buyer protection and the $3 lot fee in an earlier video. But let's get into the nitty-gritty of calculating your true maximum bid. So here's the formula that I use. Targeting all price equals your max bid 1.5 plus $3 plus sale tax on the total. So let's say that you want to pay no more than $50 total for an item, including all fees and tax. First, subtract the $3 lot fee. $50 minus $3 equals $47. Now, account for the sales tax. Let's assume that a 7% sales tax is included. So $47 minus 1.07 equals $43.92. So this is your price before the buyer's premium. So finally divided by 1.15 for the buyer's premium. So $43.92 divided by the 1.15 equals $38.20. So for an item that costs you $50 total, your maximum bid should be around $38.20. Thank me later. Now this might seem complex, but doing this mental math or even having a quick calculator open on your phone while you're browsing the app is crucial. That way, when you see an item, you immediately know if it's worth pushing your max bid higher based on your actual budget. Don't fall for the "oh, it's only $5 more" trap. Another point, buyer's assurance. MacBid offers this as an additional fee, typically a small percentage allowing you to return the item. For high value items, if you simply cannot inspect it, it might be worth it. You can usually select the option during the bidding process or checkout, either of the websites or within the app. But for lower value items, or if you are inspecting it anyway, it's often an unnecessary added cost. Factor it into your true cost calculations if you decide to use it. Now let's talk about the art of inspection, what to look for and how to test it. Now this is where the rubber meets the road. MacBid tells you to inspect items, and they mean it. The warehouse staff generally won't open boxes for you, but they do have designated inspection tables, often with tape dispensers and even outlets. And here's how to conduct a pro-level inspection. Tip number 1, bring your tools. A small box cutter, clear packing tape for resealing, and even a small portable battery pack if you're checking electronics. Some locations have power outlets, but a battery pack is peace of mind for you. Tip number 2, check the box, then the content. Look for obvious damage to the packaging, dents, rips, water stains, then carefully open the box. Don't just peek inside. Take the item out. Feel it. Is it surprisingly light? That's a red flag. A part might be missing, or it could be completely different from what they said it was. Yes, it does indeed happen because it happened to me. Tip number 3, the shake test. Gently shake the item. Do you hear a rattle? Is there something loose? Physically inspect for obvious signs of use, scuffs, cracks, and missing screws or strange odors. If it's a multi-part item, count the parts against the box content list or what you expect to be included. Tip number 4, power on if possible. If there's an outlet available and it's an electronic item, plug it in. Does it power on? Does the light come on? Does it make the right sounds? A quick power test can save you from a completely dead item. Don't expect to run full diagnostics, but a basic power check is vital. Tip number 5, compare against online photos. Now, while you're inspecting, pull up the item list photos on your phone using MacBid app or a mobile website. Does the item in your hand match what was pictured? Sometimes the item is swapped or different from the listing. And here is a super important one. If you inspect an item and decide to bid on it later, put a small discreet mark on the box or take a picture, a unique identifying feature using your phone. Why? Because sometimes if an item goes unsold or if it's returned, they might relist it. And you want to make sure you're getting the same item you inspected, not a different one, potentially more damaged one. Alright, so now let's navigate picking up like a pro using the app features. Okay, so you won. Now for the pickup. MacBid locations are typically warehouses, not retail stores. They have a system, but it can be chaotic, especially during peak hours. So here's how to make sure it's as smooth as butter, leveraging the app's features. Okay, tip number 1. When you arrive, use the MacBid app to find the check-in for pickup feature. Have your customer ID ready on your phone. If you have many items, grab a cart before you head into the aisles. Trust me, you don't want to backtrack. Tip number 2. Understand the location system on your phone. Your app will clearly show you the exact location of your item, usually an aisle letter and a bay number. Familiarize yourself with the layout shown in the app, but don't hesitate to ask staff if you can't find something. They're usually busy, but also very helpful. Tip number 3, double check at checkout using your app's purchase history. Now this is crucial before you leave the warehouse. The staff will scan your item, so physically verify that every item you have matches what they scan, and cross-reference it with your purchase history in the app. This is your last chance to catch an error, and if an item is missing or doesn't look right, address it immediately before leaving the premises. Once you're out of the door, it's virtually impossible to rectify. Bring the appropriate transportation. Don't show up in a compact car expecting to pick up a refrigerator. Check the dimensions of your item, often listed in the app. Bring blankets, straps, and extra set of hands if you have large or heavy items. Warehouse staff might assist, but it is ultimately your responsibility. So now let's talk about some common mistakes newbies make and how to avoid them. Mistake number 1, ignoring app notifications, auction end time. The MacBid app does offer push notifications for when you outbid or when auctions are ending. Make sure these are enabled on your phone. Missing an auction because you forgot about it or your notification was off is indeed heartbreaking. I have done it myself many times and lost a whole lot of good auctions. Bidding emotionally. The thrill of the auction can make you overbid. Stick to your pre-calculated max bid. It's okay to lose an auction if it means that you stick to your budget and avoid overpaying. Don't let the swipe to bid feature make you too impulsive. Mistake number 3, not checking for product recalls or discontinuations. Sometimes items end up on MacBid because they were recalled or discontinued, making parts or support impossible to find. A quick Google search on your phone before bidding can save you. Mistake number 4, assuming lot means a good deal. Lots with multiple items sold together can be great, but they can also be filled with junk to unload one decent item. Be extra cautious with lots. Inspect as much as you possibly can, or assume some items will be duds. The app photos for lots can sometimes be misleadingly clean. Mistake number 5, don't underestimate the as-is policy. Remember, unless you bought buyer assurance, all sales are final. If you get home and it's broken, that's on you. This reinforces the importance of pre-bid inspection. The app itself will remind you of the terms, but it's easy to swipe past them. And here's the challenge for you, Bertrand Tech Man community. If you could ask MacBid to add one new feature to their app, what would it be and why? Let me know in the comments below. Now, your ideas could spark some amazing conversation, and who knows, maybe MacBid is watching. MacBid is a game of calculated risk. Knowing when to walk away is just as important as knowing how to win. If the fees make the price too close to retail, walk away. If you can inspect the item and it's a high value or complex electronic, walk away. If you don't have suitable transportation, walk away. There will always be another auction, another deal. So don't get caught up in the FOMO, the fear of missing out. The true win is getting a genuinely good deal on something useful, not just winning an auction for the sake of it. Before we wrap up, I'm trying to hit a new subscriber milestone, and your support means the world. If you learned something new today about MacBid, or if I've helped you save some cash, please consider hitting that subscribe button right now. It takes literally 1 second, it doesn't cost you anything, and it helps me to keep bringing you these in-depth guides. Plus, don't forget to ring that notification bell. So there you have it. The ultimate tutorial on mastering MacBid. It's an incredible platform for bargain hunters, DIYers, and small business owners, and yes, its mobile apps make it super accessible, but it demands your attention to detail, your knowledge of the true cost, and a smart approach to inspection and pickup. So are you ready to jump into the MacBid arena and start scoring some unbelievable deals? I put a direct link to sign up for an account in the description below. It's the first step to unlocking those hidden treasures. So go sign up and let's get started on your MacBid journey. And if you're looking for more ways to save big, why don't you check out my other video on MacBid right there somewhere.